Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little what are their current thoughts reading. Okay, let's see how your person is feeling, what it is that they are thinking about you and about the connection itself. So for pile 1, we have rose quartz. For pile 2, we have tiger's eye. And for pile 3, we have clear quartz. Hello, pile 1, my rose quartz pile. Let's see what your person is currently thinking about when it comes to you and when it comes to the connection itself. Okay, pile 1, let's see what is on your person's mind. What are they thinking? Okay, we've got the devil. We've got the lovers. The ace of swords. So honestly, one of the first things that is coming to mind could maybe have something to do with the attachment style or the attachment that the both of you have with one another, because we've got the lovers and the devil paired with one another. So oftentimes this will bring me to this message. Not only that, but the lovers can indicate sex and sexual connections. The devil can definitely indicate sex and sexual connections. So this has something to do with, or them thinking about the attachment that the both of you have toward one another. And I feel like when it comes to this connection, something that's on their mind right now is how things were very hot and heavy early on in this connection. So of course that to me can indicate that there could have been something more mild, let's say like a lot of flirtation or a lot of charm that was happening, a lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry between the both of you. But of course this can be an indication that this connection started off as a friends with benefits or sexual casual type of connection more so than anything else. And I feel like the devil is indicative of the two of you having this very close, tight bond with one another. But that close, tight bond with one another was mainly built on sexual attraction and whatever, again, has been going on or has happened sexually in regard to this connection. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Whatever does not resonate with you, it is not meant for you. But I do feel like that is what this is picking up on. Now we move forward to the lovers, and the lovers is more so indicating that through whatever physical bond that the both of you have built, there's been a stronger emotional bond that's been building as well. Okay, and that's something that's been on this person's mind a lot lately. Okay, that they feel very attached to you. Very, very, very much so attached to you. And they know that these feelings have grown or they've gotten stronger than maybe just what started off at first as the both of you being very attracted to one another and there being a lot of chemistry. Now it's like, no, I have very strong romantic feelings for this person. And that ace of swords would bring up them wanting to communicate about this and have or find some type of clarity regarding this situation. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is popular today. Let me try to get one more card out here. But the Queen of Pentacles has been very popular today. I think she's popped out during every reading that I have recorded. Okay, and we've got the Page of Wands. Maybe one more card, not several more cards. Let's see what else comes out. And the Ten of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles to me would indicate like there's a lot of comfort within this connection. This person feels very comfortable with and around you. This person feels very supported. They feel very nurtured. They want to open up or they want to express themselves. The Page of Wands to me does it more so like, let's say I could picture this person or this person's thinking about when it comes to the clarity, because they want to communicate how it is that they are feeling. They want to say to you that this connection is a lot more serious to them right now than perhaps it was to both of you when the connection started. This person feels very safe, stable, secure, comfortable within this connection, etc. But the Page of Wands just brings me to this indication of this person, almost like when they tell you how it is that they're feeling, they'll try to, I want to say, joke. You know, like they might say things to you or try to say things in a way that is, I want to say, like not so serious, to sort of gauge your reaction to what it is that they are saying. I hope that that makes sense. Maybe your person just in general has a good sense of humor or has a sense of humor, and both of you like share that as far as being compatible with one another. But to me, it just seems like this person, they want that clarity. They want to communicate to you about it, but it's definitely something with the Ten of Wands that stresses them out. I also feel like it's something that's burdensome. I also feel like the burden behind that, and again, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. This might not resonate for everybody, but I do feel like for them, it's like they know that they carry the burden of having to express or having to communicate within this connection. Almost like they know that you are not going to open up about the way that you're feeling about them. You know, they know that the burden of this, like the burden of truth or whatever when it comes to this connection, is going to be theirs and theirs alone. And that, of course, could be due to things that have occurred previously between the two of you, where they feel like now it's on them. You know, now it's on them to either advance things or it's on them to express themselves to you. And even though they want to, it does seem like it's something that stresses them out. And it seems like to me with that Page of Wands, for some reason, the Page of Wands to me would indicate them expressing themselves. It would indicate them sharing their feelings. But I feel like they almost make it into a joke rather than expressing it 1000% seriously, because that helps for them to, I guess we could say, maybe either lighten the blow, or it helps for them. It's almost like an anxiety thing. Like they might joke around a lot when they're anxious, or they might joke to lighten the mood. And I feel like that's something that could occur for, let's say, some of us when it comes to this person telling you how it is that they feel, or telling you that it's not just about the sex anymore, let's say. They're feeling a serious way about you, or they're feeling much more like, let's say, romantic feelings for you than they did when this first started. And I feel like for them, since it's something that they're nervous or anxious about, since it's something that feels a little like scary or heavy for them to communicate about, they might veil it in humor, if that makes sense. Okay, and we have true love. So we have, as far as the oracle cards so far, we have getting to know each other, and we have true love. So the getting to know each other card, I do feel like, so this says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And I do feel like that's been something that has been occurring throughout this connection. The two of you, it may have started off one way. It might have started off as a friends with benefits situation, or as something a little casual, a little less serious, whatever the case might be. But at this point, the two of you have spent quite a bit of time together, and you've really gotten to know one another. And the bond between you both, that attachment basically that the two of you have toward one another, has gotten stronger and stronger throughout time. And now this person is starting to really feel some type of way. Okay. And not only that, but I feel like they know that it's getting down to the point where they need to communicate how it is that they feel about you. Again, I feel like for some of us, we have I love you as the other oracle cards, as I start pulling these over here. But anyway, it's like, I do feel like for some of us, the reason why the burden of truth is now upon their backs is because you may have at some point already tried to have this conversation with them about moving things forward or deepening the level of commitment. And maybe at that point in time, they weren't exactly open to it. But now it seems as though they are very open to it. It seems like this is what they want from this connection. They want it to become more stable and secure. They want to express themselves to you, but it's something that is making them nervous, or they feel hesitant or apprehensive about it. But they're starting to really fall in love with you, and I feel like that's why they know they need to start saying things to you, or they need to communicate with you and give you that clarity sooner rather than later. Okay? Again, I feel like I hope I didn't confuse anyone with that sort of veiling it in a joke or veiling it behind their sense of humor. Because to me, it just seems as though this person has a lot of difficulty having serious conversations. You know, this person has a lot of difficulty expressing themselves. Okay? Because for me to see I love you and true love both jump out, and we've got the Lovers, it's just this huge indication of how strongly this person is feeling about you. And we have, I don't know if that's going to be clear on the camera or not because of the way I have to sit, but we have be authentic, and be authentic says be real and true to who you are and how you feel. And I feel like that's the struggle that's currently taking place when it comes to this person. They very clearly, in my mind, have strong feelings for you. The more or the closer that the two of you have gotten together, closer that the two of you have gotten, the stronger that this bond has grown between you both. And it's getting down to the point where your person knows that they need to be authentic. They need to tell you and give you that clarity in how it is that they are feeling. I feel like they do struggle with being authentic, or they struggle not so much with being authentic, but authentically expressing themselves, let's say. You know, they have an issue when it comes to emotional intimacy, which is probably why this connection started off as a friends with benefits or a casual non-committal type of relationship. But that's not the way that they view you anymore. They have very strong feelings for you. I feel strongly also in saying that they've fallen in love with you. And now they know that they need to be honest with you, 1000% honest with you about exactly how it is that they are feeling. Okay, but I do feel like it is a struggle. And I do feel like this is the type of person that is going to, not like they're going to make a joke about it in a negative way, but I do feel like they try to hide their feelings behind their humor. So I hope that that makes sense. I hope that that resonates. Maybe it just gives a little bit of confirmation that we're talking about the right person here. But other than that, thank you so much, Pile 1, for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 2, my Tiger's Eye pile. Let's take a look at your person's current feelings. Let's see, or current thoughts rather, but we are taking a look at how it is that they feel about you, what it is that is currently on their mind in regard to this connection. Let's see, Pile 2, what is your person currently thinking? How are they feeling? What's on their mind? We've got the Judgment card, the Nine of Swords, goodness, the Six of Wands. So they're definitely trying to build up their confidence, because right now with that Nine of Swords, it's like the Judgment card would indicate to me, and they're doing it in regard to wanting to move this connection forward. But that Judgment card to me would indicate, and we've got the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles shooting out of the deck. Okay, so let me finish. Let me make a complete sentence now. We've got the Judgment card basically indicating that this person has made some type of decision regarding this connection. That decision makes them very nervous and very anxious. So they are trying to build up their confidence right now. And that's something that's on their mind. That's perhaps the first step when it comes to them being able to express how it is that they are feeling. Of course, because we all need to give ourselves that confidence boost before we go into something that genuinely scares the shit out of us. And for some reason, it's like they've decided you are who they want to be with. They look at this connection very positively. They have romantic feelings. You make them happy. They feel a very strong emotional attachment to you, or an emotional bond has been built between you. They look at you as a marriage material and see this connection being one which really withstands the test of time. But even though they've made the decision to move things forward, even though they've made the decision to make that positive movement forward, that Nine of Swords would definitely be indicating that they are very scared and very nervous to do so, to express themselves, to let you know how they are feeling, to ask you out. Because to me, I look at the Page of Cups especially as someone who is like flirty and crushy and admiring you from afar a little bit, and they have plans to ask you out, but they haven't really made that positive movement forward yet, and part of the reason why is because of their anxiety and their fearfulness. So they are very scared to make that positive movement forward, but I do feel like at the end of the day, eventually, of course, depending on where it is that you are already at in your connection with this person, they are absolutely on planning to make that positive movement forward, of course, in the form of asking you out, some sort of gesture of love. They want to deepen the level of commitment here, and they want to move things forward in this connection. Again, we have that Nine of Cups highlighting that there's already a deeper emotional bond. The two of you spend time together. Maybe the two of you are friends or co-workers. Don't have to be, though. You might have mutual friends. But there's been good times, happy times between the both of you. The two of you have spent time both having fun and hanging out, but also getting to know one another on a deeper emotional level as well. And through this time that you've spent knowing one another and getting to know one another, this person has determined that you are who they want to be with. Okay, they really feel like the both of you have what it takes to be in a very long-term, very committed relationship with one another. So now let's get some oracle cards out here as well, just to get some more messages. But I do feel like this person is very much so planning on making a move, but they do know that they need to release some of this anxiety surrounding it. And I also feel like when it comes to them and whatever like anxiety or fearfulness we have, chemistry, whatever anxiety or fearfulness is currently existing right now for them, they are someone who is good at boosting their self-esteem. So it's not so much like they have a self-esteem or a self-confidence issue. It's just that there's some nervousness or anxiety regarding moving this forward. And of course, that's nervousness or anxiety because they're scared of getting rejected. It's nervousness or anxiety, maybe even when it comes to expressing themselves to you, especially if the two of you are colleagues or friends, you know, whatever the case might be. But that chemistry card, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And I do feel like the Six of Wands would bring that up as well. You know, that there's a lot of times, like the Six of Wands for me, it'll bring up feeling like somebody is very attractive. It'll also bring up usually this indication of when it's somebody's thoughts and feelings about someone else, it'll bring up a that's my girl or that's my guy type of message. So this person's definitely very attracted to you. The attraction, the chemistry between the both of you, and then we have trust. And this card says the situation is calling for you to have faith. So I feel like when it comes to this connection too, maybe some of the like best advice and guidance of it could be to just allow for it to unfold naturally between the both of you. That might be something for you at least. Like you can kind of just sit back, let this person get over their anxiety or whatever's going on, because they are going to make their move. They are going to express themselves to you. They feel very strongly about this connection. They see that there's a long-term future if the two of you are to explore this connection. And they've already made up their mind. They know what they're doing. You know, they might be taking their sweet-ass time, let's say, but they know what they're doing. They know what they want from this connection. There's really nothing, let's say, left for you to say or do, or nothing that you could do or should do or whatever. Just allowing it to unfold naturally. And this card says, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. So again, kind of what I was just speaking on. Trust that this is going to happen. Have faith that this is going to happen. Be patient with this person. And what are you? And we have romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And I do feel like the two of you do pay attention to one another because of this chemistry that exists between the two of you. I feel like this card too is mainly highlighting that there's romantic feelings for you, that this person also feels very idealistically about the romance that could bloom and blossom between the both of you. And again, at this point, I feel like for you, it's kind of just about sitting back. I wouldn't even go so far as to say, because I always put in a little warning or disclaimer when it comes to waiting around for someone, but I don't feel like you're waiting around for this person. I feel like they know what they're doing. They know what they have to do. They've made their mind up already. They're feeling very confident about it, but of course there's this nervousness and this anxiety that'll pop up, of course, if we're at risk of getting rejected. I mean, I feel like that's just normal. But they are planning on making their move because they see that a future between the both of you is something that exists. They feel like the both of you have romantic feelings for one another. I feel like the both of you have shown one another affection, attention, attraction in some way, shape, or form. It just might not have been expressed yet between the both of you, but the chemistry is high. And I feel like this person, again, they just need some patience, and you just have to kind of sit back and allow the situation to unfold naturally. So I hope that that makes sense. Pile 2. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile 3, my clear quartz pile. Today we are taking a look at how your person is currently thinking and feeling about you and about the connection itself. So let's get some tarot cards out here to see what it is that is on their mind in regard to you and in regard to the connection. So pile 3, what are they currently thinking? Okay, we've got the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Cups. The King of Pentacles. So they're definitely thinking about moving things along, but that 10 of Wands to me could almost indicate that there's been some trouble. Okay, a 5 of Wands would indicate that too. There's been some trouble. They still see a future. What did we lose to the floor? Way too many cards. I'm just going to pick them up real quick. And let's get one more card out here. The 2 of Cups. Okay, pile 2. Or pile 3 rather. We are now on to pile 3. So I do feel like within this connection there's been some trouble. Let's say, like, there's been some arguments, there's been some fighting. If there hasn't been arguments and fighting between the both of you, then it's almost like the both of you are fighting yourselves separately when it comes to moving this connection along. I say that because the 10 of Wands, to me, it can bring up that something's been rather burdensome, or there's been some type of baggage that exists within this connection. Now, this could be your own separate baggages that you don't exactly want to bring into your next connection with this person. Or what this could be an indication of is that there has been issues that the two of you have had. There's been some obstacles that the both of you have had to overcome. There's been some guards that are still up, or there's trust issues. And again, these trust issues might not have anything to do with the connection, but it's some type of baggage that you're carrying with you into this connection, either on your side or on their side. So since this is their current thoughts, I would say that this person is feeling like there's going to be some shit that the both of you have to work through in order to have this 10 of Cups become a reality for this connection. Okay, we move forward now to the 10 of Cups. And this card would indicate to me that your person is feeling, they're very, let's say, romantically attracted to you. And I feel like too, with the 10 of Cups, there's maybe 1 or 2 different ways that this could go. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If a message does not resonate with you, then it is simply just not meant for you. But the 10 of Cups to me can be an indication of, especially with the other cards that jumped out, that This is either a newer connection, which I feel like is perhaps who would mostly watch this video, or this could be about you and your partner. And if it's about you or your partner, you would obviously know that there's been some issues, there's been some maybe trust issues, there's been some baggage that's been built up within this connection. There's been some arguments, but at the end of the day, the both of you love each other and you still want the same thing. You know, you still feel very stable and secure within this relationship. You still love this person. You still see a future with them, and you still want to move forward toward that future. And the future that's being indicated here via the 2 and 10 of Cups would be one that results in marriage, or at the very least, a long-term partnership. Now, let's move to who would probably most likely be watching this video would be somebody that is wondering what's going on in a newer sort of connection rather than an established one. We do have a strong indication with the 10 of Cups and even the 2 of Cups that this person looks at this connection very idealistically. Like in a perfect world, the 2 of you would be able to basically get your shit together and be together, because that 10 of Cups does indicate to me that this person views you to be somebody that is marriage material. The 2 of Cups would bring that up as well. The 10 of Cups would highlight that this person has a very deep emotional attachment or connection to you, that the 2 of you have a deeper emotional bond toward one another, that there's been feelings that have grown and continue to grow throughout time. And I feel like for some of us that are in more so of these newer connections, part of the burden or the baggage is the fact that neither one of us has expressed ourselves to the other person yet. So the baggage or the burden that's taking place here is this burden, let's say, that comes with having to be emotionally vulnerable with one another and let each other know how we feel. The King of Pentacles would indicate to me that this person really feels like you are someone who is successful in whatever it is that you do. They feel like you're very grounded, mature, stable. So in regard to how it is that they think about you, there's very strong romantic feelings, and there's also a lot of admiration, I would say, with that King of Pentacles. That this person admires whatever it is that you, let's say, do for a living. They admire how much you put into everything that you do. They admire how successful and how stable and secure you are. They feel like you're somebody who's very grounded, very balanced, and all in all, as well, you've been someone that has shown them your supportive side and your nurturing side. And now we move forward to the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands has been coming up a lot lately. So the 5 of Wands can indicate internal conflict, which I feel like is being represented here. For the most part, the 5 of Wands can also indicate arguments with one another. But I feel like for most of us in these newer, less established connections, it's not so much representing us fighting with one another as it is us fighting with ourselves. And one thing that the 5 of Wands has been continuing to bring me as far as a message is we're fighting ourselves on what feels good. And it's like for them, and perhaps for you as well, what feels good is this connection where the 2 of you seem to very much so support, love, care, and respect one another, even if things have not advanced to being in an official or an exclusive relationship yet. And it's like your person feels like they're fighting themselves, perhaps due to a lack of confidence, or perhaps due to struggling to express themselves and tell you how they feel. They're fighting themselves on this because they know and they feel in their heart, let's say, that the 2 of you are meant to be and that the 2 of you should be together, but they can't get over their own internal conflict, their own anxiety, their own lack of confidence, their own self-limiting beliefs to just take the leap of faith and express themselves already. The Page of Pentacles to me would yet again highlight that this person feels like the 2 of you have a future with one another. Not only that, but they feel like there's been a very strong, sturdy foundation that's been built between the 2 of you. So the 2 of you, again, already have this deeper emotional bond or connection to one another. Okay, the 2 of you have gotten to know one another and know one another well enough, that the 2 of you already have this foundation of maybe being friends with one another, whatever the case might be. There's already a foundation here that is very strong, very stable, very secure. And again, we move forward to the Two of Cups, and it's more so highlighting the romantic feelings that this person has. It's indicating that this person feels like there's already mutual respect, or that if the two of you were to get together, there'd be mutual commitment, mutual feelings, and so on and so forth. And I feel like part of the thing is too, is your person already, I feel like for me, sometimes pages will come up and they'll be indicative of like an inkling of an idea, regardless of the page that it is. So I feel like when it comes to your person, they already have, let's say, this inkling of an idea that the feelings between the both of you are mutual. And even though they already have this feeling that you feel the same way about them as they do about you, they're still fighting themselves on making that positive movement forward due to their own nerves, anxiety, baggage, issues, etc., so on and so forth. So now let's get some oracle cards out here just for a couple more messages. But I do feel like this person, they're feeling kind of stuck right now. They know, it's kind of, to me, it's like they know what it is that they have to do. And it's funny because one of the other piles, it was like they know what they have to do and they're going to do it. With your person, it's more like they know what it is that they have to do, but they can't see past it yet. Like they can't see past their own blocks yet, if that makes sense. They're still very much so in this stage of feeling very strongly about you, feeling like the two of you can withstand the test of time, but not having that confidence in themselves enough yet to be able to move things forward. Okay, so let's see. We have worth waiting for being the first card to jump out. So, as always, I always throw in a disclaimer here. My disclaimer when it comes to waiting around for other people is that it is a disservice to ourselves, because as we wait around for others, we are missing out on other meaningful experiences that we could be having in love and in life. But the card itself does say that this connection is worth waiting for. It also brings up divine timing is at work in your love life. And when divine timing comes up, it usually makes me say that this might be a situation that we want to let unfold naturally. So this connection is worth waiting for. It's worth waiting for this person to get out of their own head and start making some moves forward toward you. We also have the Passion card. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So that card usually just brings up for me that there's a lot of passion, obviously. A lot of chemistry is what I wanted to say. That there's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of attraction toward you. And again, I feel like there's this deeper emotional bond that the two of you have with one another, that the two of you do know one another quite well in some capacity at this point, because there's been chemistry, there's been room for, like, let's say, feelings to grow. This person seems to feel very comfortable, confident, and supported by you. Almost like this message of you make them feel more confident, and I feel like that's because you support and uplift them in some way. Okay, you've shown them how caring you are, etc. Okay, we have the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. And I feel like what that's mainly in reference to is the both of you having feelings for one another and not really expressing them. There's a lot more going on in this connection than meets the eye, because neither one of you have stopped fighting yourselves on what feels good and just go for it, or just take that chance already with one another. I feel like there's more that is going on here than meets the eye, also in regard to whatever past baggage, burden, etc., especially the past baggage or burden that isn't just the burden or the baggage of admitting your feelings to one another. That maybe there's certain things, maybe the reason why there's divine timing at work and there's the reason why this is worth waiting for is because there's both things that the two of you need to, let's say, work on or work out separately, or heal from and work on separately before the both of you can get together, in a more so spiritual sense. Okay, and let's try to get one last card out of this deck. We have turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. And I do feel like maybe right now that's part of this process, or part of whatever, again, this baggage burden thing is. You know, you guys are trying to reflect upon past love relationships so that you can release some of that baggage or trust issues or whatever the case it might be. Release all of that by reflecting upon it and healing from it, so that when the two of you move forward toward one another, you're not carrying past baggage with you into your new connection. So, pile 3, I do hope that makes sense. As always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is simply just not meant for you. Thank you so, so much, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.